Hey, can't decide which ad platform to find your ideal clients on? Well, I'm going to break them down for you and let you know which one is going to be the perfect one for you. And it might not be what you think. Coaches often come to me and ask me where they should spend their ad money. They'll tell me that their ideal client is on this platform or that platform. Well, let me just save you the suspense. Your ideal client is on every ad platform. So now, once you know that, the question is where are you going to be able to get the most bang for your buck? So that's exactly what I'm going to break down here. I'm going to go through each one real quick and give you an idea, and then I'm going to tell you exactly which one you should be using. So let's first start talking about Google Ads. Now, I got my start in Google Ads like 20 years ago, and so I know Google Ads inside and out, and it is a great platform, and actually everybody should be on it. You should be bidding for your name. You should be bidding for your program name. You should be bidding on some of your competitors, and you don't have to spend a whole lot of money. You could do it at $2 a day, $5 a day, whatever. But that being said, that's probably not the ideal place for you to get your ideal clients. Why? It's the amount of traffic. So if you're in a niche where you have a lot of keywords are being bid on and so forth, then it's going to be pretty expensive for you to bid on those keywords yourself and get enough people through in order to make that work. Plus, there's a learning curve to it. Now, there's a learning curve to all of these, and I'm going to mention that on every platform. Okay, but the bigger thing is do you have time to invest in that? Okay, the interface is not as easy as say Facebook is, and so there's that learning curve of trying to figure that out, and can you get enough support with it, and can you get enough traffic? So I love Google Ads. Don't know if it's the best place for this. The next one I want to talk about is LinkedIn. And by the way, I'm just doing these alphabetical. Okay. So LinkedIn is if you're targeting professionals, that's a great place, right? I mean, that's where they are. They're on LinkedIn. Okay, so here's the challenge with LinkedIn. First of all, targeting's fine. It's not that targeting's not fine, but the platform doesn't lend itself to most of the strategies that people are using to try to get people into their funnel, right? Lead magnets, low ticket offers, webinars, that kind of thing. It just doesn't, they don't lend itself. And even LinkedIn's own supporting documentation talks about, lead costs being $250 a person or $500 a person or something like that. I mean, that's usually not what most people can pay up front. And the problem is the numbers don't work as you go further out because you still have to have the same number of people coming in. Even though they might be more of the right people, the cost to acquire them is just not feasible for most people. So I love LinkedIn. I love it for retargeting. I just don't love it for initial traffic. So the next one on down the line is Meta. So we're going to talk about, Facebook, Instagram, whatever. The learning curve is a lot shorter. Most people have ran an ad or two. They boosted a post, so that's an ad. So that's kind of nice. And the support that's out there for it is amazing. Now, 10 years ago or whatever, it wasn't so amazing. It was hard to try to get any support, tracking and pixels and just the interface. There was Power Editor and Ads Manager, and it's just a never-ending set of stuff that was just hard to navigate. But now there's so much support out there, it's no problem. So it's great. There's really, really a lot of good stuff out there, but you have to be able to do it the right way. And if you don't know how to do it the right way, then it's easy to, fall down that rabbit hole. So what about TikTok? Well, TikTok's the newer kid on the block, so to speak. And, it's really good for a lot of things, especially getting attention. The challenge with it is targeting is not that great. There's not quite as many people on it as Facebook, for one thing. They don't have quite as much data, and it's harder to get that dialed in. Plus, obviously, the videos in most cases are a lot shorter, and people seek to be entertained. So if you're not an entertainment kind of person, then that doesn't necessarily mean dancing. I'm not talking about that. But if you're not an entertainment style person, that's probably not a good platform for you to do that. And it's going to take you a long time for the algorithm to help you out with the ads because it's going to have to go through a lot of different people to try to start figuring out who's going to respond. So I would stay away from TikTok. But now I will say this, if it was about e-commerce, great. TikTok's great. but when you're doing coaching, not so great. Next up is Twitter. Now, you probably weren't thinking about Twitter, or maybe you were. And Twitter, frankly, is an awesome place to have a first touch with somebody. So, like if you were running ads to, maybe get people to a blog post or something like that, Twitter is a great place to start to just get traffic going. But if you're trying to get conversion, say you're trying to get people to your webinar, to your group, to your Facebook group, let's say you're growing your Facebook group, or if you're trying to do a lead magnet or something like that, it's usually not the best place. Now, I will say this, something that's kind of cool about Twitter, the targeting options are a lot different, or some of them are different than, say, Facebook, for example. So like, say there was an event going on, there's a hashtag for a certain event going on. Well, you can target that, right? Which is pretty cool. And then you can also target followers and other people's followers as well. And so that makes it pretty handy, whereas Facebook's taken away a lot of the interest-based targeting along those lines. So that makes it a little different. However, again, getting people to convert into clients from a Twitter ad is difficult. Getting them to go to a webinar and sit there and watch it, that's just a harder thing. You don't have a lot of space to do a lot of copy, and from a video standpoint, it's just not quite as compelling. So what about YouTube? Well, YouTube, you use the same interface with YouTube as you do Google Ads. It's the same thing, right? And so there's a bit of a learning curve there. There's so many different targeting options that makes it difficult. There's affinity audience, there's custom audiences, there's other interest-based targeting, there's placements, there's keywords. I mean, there's all kinds of different things, and even now it's gotten harder because it used to be the best thing to do was to use placement targeting, meaning you want to place your video in front of other videos that your ideal clients are likely to be watching, maybe your competitors, direct or indirect. And that used to be great, except YouTube took away the ability to run a conversion campaign, meaning to get people to sign up for something away from that targeting. So you can still target it, you just can't use a conversion campaign to do it. So it makes it harder to optimize, and it costs more to get in front of the right people. And it's also hard to test fast, right? You have to be able to edit multiple videos and get those going, write scripts, record, edit, and a lot of people just don't have time for that. So the video production part of it makes it difficult. Now, it is a great place, and frankly, you should absolutely expect to do YouTube at some point. However, if you're just getting going, don't do that. So the quick summary is all these platforms are great. All these platforms are great for different reasons. And you can definitely find your ideal clients on all of them. I just want to emphasize that. You don't have to be married to one or the other. You can find your ideal clients. It depends on what you're willing to do, though. And what I've seen, most people, if they don't get results fairly quickly, they give up. And that's you can't do that. So if you're going to invest in ads, period, you want to make sure you're in it for the long haul. You don't want to do it just for a short time, because that definitely doesn't work. So which one should you go with? Facebook. It's just that simple. It has the support, it has the targeting, it has the ability to write long copy, can do video. Reels is phenomenal right now, so it gives you also the ability to do short form video and make that work. For those audience, you can do Facebook and Instagram at the same time, or pick one or the other. So right now, Facebook is still quote unquote the king if you're running a coaching business. So I would definitely start there, and it's just an amazing place to get started and to really test out your offers. Don't expect miracles. When I run ads, not all of them take off. In fact, most don't. That's not how it works. If you have 10 ads, you can expect 1, maybe 2 to work really well. The rest of them probably won't, and that's okay. That's okay. That's part of the deal. So you have to be prepared for that. So if you're thinking about getting started, that's where you should start. So if you want to know more about this kind of stuff, then go to marketingwithatwang.com, marketingwithatwang.com, get on my newsletter list, and I'll also send you video notifications when I come out with the new videos and stuff like that. All right, so thanks for joining me, and I'll catch you on the next one.